What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. We got Albert in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Anna, Bill, Andy. Good morning to Chris. We got Cheryl in the house. Good morning to Corey, George, Georgia, Jay, Jeff, JT, Kevin, Lauren. We got Lou. Good morning to you. We got Lucian. Good morning. We got Marius, Martina, Rick, Rob, Shane, Tim. You guys are piling into the rooms. BEA Beautiful. All my people out in YouTube land. Good morning to Luca, Brian. We got Fitz in the house. Good morning to you. Mr. M. Reyes. Good morning. Larkins in the house. We got Mrs. Free 84. Good morning to you. And yeah, let me know if you guys got tickers. Otherwise, the chips are absolutely on fire. Everything chip related is moving. Some of the some of the safety play names not really moving as much, although not getting clobbered. China's still down a little bit, so China's still pulling back, which after the massive move in such a short time, I think is still decent, still pretty fine in that zone, but everything's looking good. SPY is gapping to all-time highs, so we got 26 minutes to see where this market opens, but it doesn't look like we're going to open anywhere in yesterday's range. We have a little bit of, let's see. So from yesterday, it's a retest gap. Even this one was kind of a retest. And then I think this one was more inside of this Monday candle. So for the week, let's take a look at that. For the week, decently strong candle. I'm thinking we get some kind of pullback, but again, zero targets to the higher side. I got nothing but feels, I guess, to the higher side. When do we feel like we're going to pull back? Otherwise, I think at open we could get a little profit taking. We've had two, I guess, relatively almost shaky days in the market, if you want to call it that, but small little pullback. If we do pull back, it's a big if. I think it does happen though. First spot I would look at would be probably the open of Tuesday's candle. I think we come a little bit lower, but start looking, I think 584.73. If we pull back a little bit further, 584.34. If we break through that level, then we're probably more likely for this full on retest of yesterday. I don't think we get there though. This is too strong of a gap. I don't think we get there today. I think in some future date we probably get there. But this market obviously does some wild things. But watch the SPY. I think at 584.34. If we start to break, we probably come down and fill the close from yesterday. Yesterday was showing us that there was going to be a little strength probably coming into this morning. We did have that VPOC at the high of the day yesterday, pretty strong close. We were looking for resistance somewhere around 581.77, so that broke through. And then the question is, can you break through this 584.34? We did that all, and we didn't really do it with futures last night. Futures were down, so that this rally, even though we are up, it's actually a little more impressive than it's leading on to have us believe. But Qs, did we do anything impressive with Qs? Obviously a nice little gap up. Chips are probably the main cause of us moving higher. My stretch goal for today or target would be 502.57. You have a little bit of a gap and go from yesterday. More importantly, you're at the higher end of Tuesday's candle with a resistance right in front of us. So watch 497.77. That's still the zone I'm looking to break. We still have a little bit of resistance from back in July that we got to crush through. And then I think we get that 502. I think eventually we hit that. Would that be all-time highs? Yeah, that's all-time highs. That was a very good retest though. So obviously we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish days in a row. We got some kind of a pullback. We actually tested some lower VPOCs down here for 87.71. The big support on this one is 485.42. Did not even get down there, and we still now have the 20 EMA still creeping up. So I think we could break. I think we might get a little bit more chop or pullback than we might think in the market, and then I think we're looking to break. So I don't know if we open and we just cruise through it. That'd be very strong if we do. I don't think it happens. So I would be looking for a little bit of a pullback in Qs before we actually start to break out higher. So That's where we're at. We got Affirm. Let me know if you guys got other tickers that you guys want to take a look at as well. I see some in YouTube land as well. Right, it says Tesla popping today. Tesla's the weird one, man. I don't know. I don't know. It keeps trying. We'll take a look at that one next. We got Affirm. So Affirm with a little bit of a gap down. So different sentiment than what we just talked about. Increases Firm increases yet falls behind the market. What investors need to know. That's 15 hours ago from Zacks. I don't really see news on this one unless TradingView just doesn't have it. They have earnings on Apple expense payment options. Okay. Offering installment loans from Affirm in the US and Monzo Flex in the UK, along with Klarna's flexible payment options at checkout. You would think that would be decent. You got Apple expanding payment options with the iOS 18, offering installment loans from Affirm. You would think that's decent news for Affirm, but we're not taking it decent. We had maybe some of that was anticipated because you did have two nice bullish days, some breakout candles. So maybe we're just pulling back for a retest. Obviously, not looking that strong. First resistance to the higher side is I don't know if I'd go short. That's still good news. And then longer term, we do look like we just broke out. I'd be trying to figure out how to day trade wise buy probably not long term invest up here, but day trade wise, try to find a spot to buy. If you refuse to believe me and you want to go short, you're more gutsy than I am. 47.18 is your first resistance, and then 47.67. So watch those two spots for a retest. We still have some time till this market opens. If we can creep up above 47.10 at open, I think it's a little bit stronger, but I think it's a lot of resistance, a decent amount of resistance to kind of break through. So we'll see. Otherwise, if this thing does drop, targets to the downside for me, and you do have a little bit of room, but 45.31, I don't really take that news as yeah, we're already kind of gapping up into that support. So watch this level. Watch where we open on this one, 47.04. If we are above that, you actually have decent risk reward to a bull side, although you got some resistance ahead of you. You probably throw your stops somewhere below 46.14. But kind of chilling for the moment. Nothing too crazy with it. Down on some good news, but we did have a decent pop before the news came out. You got Nvidia. Yep, so Nvidia gapping to all-time highs. It looks. Are we there yet, actually? Not yet. So close. So close. We got the high of this candle is 136. No, hold on, 130.63. It is 140.76, and we're we're inches away. We got 140.18, depends on when you blink, but it's moving like crazy. That might even be at all-time highs prior. Again, we talked about this the other day, or probably a few days ago. I think Nvidia hits all-time highs. Just as soon as we got through this 135.68 zone, I'm like, yeah, we're probably hitting all-time highs. Up here is a little bit of not so much resistance, but there was some selling at that price prior. But with this healthy pullback, let's see, we had some good volume on this candle. I think today we probably break through and hit all-time highs. Does that mean we can't have a little pullback? I would hope we do. Hope we pull back to like 138.93. That would be the spot where I'd be looking to go long. But even a high wave candle, something like that out of the gate, I would be more to the bull side at all-time highs. I think we can break through this candle. And then who knows? I don't know where the target would be after that. But I think we probably see all-time highs today. We shall see. Coinbase, a crypto. Bitcoin is taking a little nap this morning, at least before. But we did just have one heck of a move too. So we just went from 162.12 all the way up to 212 on Coinbase. You have a resistance somewhere around 211.23. We also, since we're opening down, we are going to have yesterday's resistance. That's 210.45. No doubt there's bullish momentum in crypto right now. It looks a little cup and handle-ish, and that's kind of how I hope this plays out. But you have your little bit of a cup. You come in for some kind of retest. Not sure where we would get to. Probably either there or here, which would be somewhere around 196.82. I think there's some buyers sitting, and then probably 191.29. But you have a little look of potential double top. If this thing pulls back, I think that would be the handle for a little cup and handle, and then you push on out. So maybe not be as aggressive on the trade today. Chips, ARM, MU, SMCI. See that one was requested. I think any of those would be your probably most active today. Baba could be as well, probably to the short side again. Same thing. You're just opening in no man's land at this point. Your support on this one comes in at 96.25, so a decent amount of room to the downside. I think we have the 100 zone psychological hold number, so 100 might get us caught up a little bit. Again, eventually, I think we do come back down to this 96.50 zone. To the higher side, we have decent resistance somewhere around 103.14. So your risk to reward on this trade would be to the downside. I'd probably wait and see out of the gate. This is a retest gap. So see if you get some bids coming in here at the open, especially being pretty close to that 100. Where I think you probably get that bid up. The closer you could get to 103.14, I think the better opportunity for risk reward to the short side. Otherwise, a retest into this one, start looking at like 101.80. That's just a kind of close of the candle from 2 days ago. I think there was a little volume zone. Yeah, a little volume zone. Not nothing too crazy, nothing too impressive, but somewhere around $156 might give $100.56 might give us a little support as well. I think that's a mini one. I don't think it's a huge one, but more of a reason I think to wait to see if this one gets bid up first. Uber. Talks of Uber buying Expedia. We'll see how that plays out. That would be an interesting purchase on Uber's part. Otherwise, a little bit of a gap down. Again, anytime you have rumors, at least, of companies trying to buy other companies, the company that is the purchaser is now losing some money off that balance sheet, even though probably longer term, Uber, Expedia partnership, buyout, Unison would probably strengthen the books for Uber. I think that would be a very interesting buy, how that would work. But right now, it's just rumor still. However, again, that would be a rumor that they're looking to spend some money in short term. That's not fantastic for the next quarter or next couple quarters on revenue. Uh, no man's land. You are at a little bit of support. I think this one probably ends up fading higher. You don't have too much support here. See if we come down a little bit lower. Yeah, I'm even looking at this. I like this. I like this little support up here. This one might break through though, and then if it does, I got a great spot at 78.20. That also lines up with the previous pivot. Um, Again, we are in no man's land, so you gotta flip a coin. It is a retest from yesterday, so maybe a slight edge to the bull side, but let's see how that candle wants to open. We'll get this one higher. It's got some room on both directions. Nothing crazy, but we'll get this one a little bit higher. Let's look at coin already. SMCI. So I'm in. Jeremy set up a swing trade. I just took his numbers because I'm like, why would I not? Seems seems all right to do. Uh, but yep, SMCI is moving with everything else. Again, little retests. What's impressive with this gap is this candle right here. Again, this not so much this one, but this candle was a retest candle. So that's even though it's a big red candle, we never really broke down that candle. We just consolidated. So now you have after a retest gap, which makes sense that it's red. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of consolidation. Yesterday was your little bit of a breakout. We had a good trade on that one. Yesterday we could have had a better trade. We nabbed at 1.2 and we left about another 1.8 on the table. But we've been talking about this one for a while. To looks decently bullish. You got a good double bottom. Again, be careful with this one. We could get any news. The investigations into their accounting is not over. We could get hit with news at any point. But on a technical basis, we took out this candle with that much volume. We are now getting above, which we have not done so. Even yesterday, we did not get a close above this candle. And now today, you're getting this gap up. A little bit of a retest. You got that 50 staring you right in the face. We were talking about this being some kind of resistance up here as well. $50.86. If we could break that, and if the chips, which have a lot of momentum today, if we could get through that in this 50 EMA, I think the next target up would be about 54.90. So could be a good day on SMCI. Might want to be a little patient out of the gate. See if you get a little bit of a pullback first. We kind of fail that 50 first, and then great, we pull down. Yes, it is VPOC, 49.21. Could see that again. But the bigger the pullback, I think the better the risk reward. I think we could probably get to this 54.90 today, but we have a little hurdle in the direction, so we'll see. All right, Baba to the downside has some room. Yeah, Baba to the downside. I would like that to be bought up first, though. Dell, I was looking at. Dell, I got pretty decently high on my list. So you got a gap and go, covering 1, 2, 3, one of those 3 days in a row. We are into a little bit of a pivot here, but what I do like is we got this VPOC from July 22nd being taken out at open. I also have the next target. Again, granted, there's some resistance in here. Dell's a little tough one to trade. I don't know why. Maybe it's just tough for me, to be honest. Everyone else just comes in and crushes Dell, I guess. I don't know. But my next target would be probably this gap fill 134.26. And I do like Dell in a bullish direction. So we'll see. MU. Yeah, that looks good too. Also, again, a retest gap. I don't know if I don't think on MU, maybe we do, but I don't think so. I don't think I'd want to see it. A full-on retest to 109.02. That would be yesterday's VPOC. This is quite a phenomenal looking gap. Not outside of this candle yet, where we have a ton of volume. So if this thing really wants to move, I think we got to start breaking this 114.95. That is also at a resistance as well. I think we probably actually pull back on this one. Yeah, I think we actually pull back a little bit. Maybe I do want to see a full-on retest. And then I have one more resistance right here at 111.43. We've had a few days in a row now of just kind of being bid up. That was a good retest. Let's see if we can get a pullback on this one. And then to the upside, I think this 115.11 is going to cause some issues. So it still gives you about just under $4 to the higher side. I'd be interested, I think, in a high wave candle on this one. If we could get a high wave candle, I could take a break. That'd be. I'd really want that. I kind of want that retest at like 110.79, and then that's it. I think that'd be good enough for me. I think. Yeah, Tessie. I always say, yeah, we're gonna look at that stock next, and then 27 stocks later. Um. Betting odds says this would just be a high wave candle at the end of the day, based on the last 4. So we still have a lot of indecision. We are still creeping up. So I still like it in the bullish direction. I've liked it pretty much every day this week in a bullish direction. And you just get these wild moves where we can't seem to just get that breakout. All of it really being, besides this one day, which did turn into a little potential bear trap. So we did get above this 123.45. Every single day this week, since this gap happens, I guess on Friday, every day since Friday, we've been putting in higher VPOC. So there's some interest coming in for a higher direction on this one. Yesterday, we got another high wave candle that was above the 100, though. And I think we're just hitting nonstop this 223.05 zone and then rejecting. So I would like to be in a bullish direction on it. I still want to remain bullish on Tessie. I don't know. Is today the day we start breaking through this 223? The market's hitting all-time highs. And if we could get through that, the next stop up, the next immediate stop would be 227.57. Maybe we could run it up to like 228.78. So we still have some good room to the higher side. We just have been struggling to break this 223. We are inside too. I think we can wait for a pullback on this one. The closer I think you get to this 221.38 gets us the best opportunity for decent risk to reward at least in an attempt. But yeah, I still want to remain bullish on Tessie. It's just we're just not getting that follow through quite yet. Not yet. AVGO. Broadcom. Uh Also opening into a little resistance. Pretty much right at 181.60. The next one up takes us to 182.30. That is a gap and go. We still have this bigger pivot, which we've cleared through before. So if we do want to go, our chips just absolutely remain strong today. I would expect. I wouldn't want to go bearish on Broadcom. If anything, weak to see if it dips down a little bit. But so I would like to be bullish, but I'm a little scared of some of those resistance, I guess. But we'll get it higher. We'll get it higher on the list. All right. Jeremy this is an exciting gap. Which one was that? MU? Did we look at that one already? I forget. MU. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that one's kind of fun. Again, I get that resistance and that pullback. Yeah, that's the high wave one we're gonna see if we can get. AMZN. Uh Again, good high wave candle yesterday, right at that 20 EMA. We're still holding on. We got Tuesday's candle, also a little bit of a high wave doge. We were able to get through that remaining VPOC on Tuesday. That's 188.16. Next stop up is 189.05. If we could break that, you still have 189.89, and then you got 191.53, I think. So stretch target for today would be this 191.53. It is a gap and go. We still got some resistance right above us. I think your first target on this one, probably this 189.05. And then if we got momentum in the rest of the market, I think we could probably get through that. So I think you'd want to be targeting on a day trade 189.88 if you shave a couple shares there, or just get your stops up to some kind of break even. Fantastic. And then you're looking for 191.53. We'll get that one a little bit higher on the list just in case. Square. And then again, market's gapping to all-time highs. So I think some patience at the open. Very difficult. Larkin says, you think Apple is a failed Morningstar? Looking to go, or still look to go short. I don't know if I go short on Apple. We'll pull that up next. We got Square. Square looks good, probably for continuation. Start to hit a little bit of a resistance somewhere around we'll call it $75, but 74.70. And that is definitely more of a retest gap too. Again, this would be another one I would be interested in a high wave candle out of the gate though. So full on retest if we get there is 73.21. But the fact that we are taking out this pivot and all of those candles, kind of impressive. The last high volume candle we got to watch for is this one, but we're well above the VPOC on that. And then the one after that takes us all the way up to longer term targets, 79.30. How far away? We got a lot of room. Yeah, let's see if we get a little pullback on this one. We've had a few days of bullish buying. There might be some people wanting to take some profits, but I'm down to buy some of their profits if we could get there. Let's see. Let's take a look at Apple, AAPL, and then see if we can squeeze Oxy in. Uh, Yeah, so I don't think I want to go short on Apple. You got tech running like crazy, more specifically chip, but I don't think chips running is a negative for Apple. Um, right out of the gate, so if you like this candle and you're looking at this thing going, man, this is a reversal, pretty much right out of the gate, right where we're at now, somewhere around 233.76 is your chance for a swing trade to go bearish. You're probably throwing your stops right above this 237.67. We just hit all-time highs though, so the fact that we had a crazy run up, you got some selling. I don't know. I mean, you have risk reward in the bear direction. I just don't see any momentum in it. So I'd probably still be trying to figure out how to get long on this one. Otherwise, really good resistance, probably all the way up to 234.81. But you start getting it past this VPOC 233.85. I think we're seeing all-time highs again in 2024 on Apple. So I don't know. I don't know if that candle holds, but you have the risk reward, you got the setup, you got the candle. Only thing you're missing is momentum on it. Oxy. Oil's not tanking today. That's good. That's good for Oxy. Watch this one. I think it's a little too premature. I think you still got your bearish direction pretty much in lock. However, that was your first new higher high. We pulled back. We were not able to kind of create another new higher high after that pullback. So I think the direction, the momentum is still a little bit to the bear side. I think you probably catch us lower. That being said, like I said, watch this one for the next couple days, I think. Or if you're trading, probably still remain bearish on it. But if you can, or today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we start to curl up, you have a possible inverted head and shoulders. So risk to reward again, if you are trying to go long here, I don't see a setup yet, but trying to get in somewhere along there, you got your stop right below there. That might be an opportunity if this thing comes in, you'll be an early mover on that play, and then you're just kind of hoping that finally breaks out. But we'll see on that one. And then obviously any tensions in Middle East could affect that one a little bit. Otherwise, everybody on YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. But that is the morning bell, so I got to disconnect. Otherwise, you guys are incredible. And yeah, it's almost the end of the week. I'll see